Imagine a life where getting out of bed is a joyful, fluid motion, where walking to the market feels light and easy, and where bending down to tend a garden or pick up a grandchild happens without a second thought. This isn't a far-off dream. It's the daily reality for many active elders in Japan who seem to have discovered a gentle secret to lasting vitality. The beautiful truth is that their approach has nothing to do with strenuous gym sessions, complicated equipment, or pushing their bodies to the limit. Instead, the foundation of their well-being is built on a series of simple, purposeful movements woven so seamlessly into the fabric of their days that they hardly feel like exercise at all. These aren't workouts. They're life-tested habits that honor the body's natural need for motion. In this video, we'll walk you through some of these natural no-gym required movements, each chosen for its ability to deliver real-world results like improved balance, reduced morning stiffness, and a renewed sense of energetic independence. Before we continue, we're building an amazing community here, and I'd love to know who's watching. Drop a comment below and tell me where you're from, along with one interesting fact about your city. We read and reply to every single comment, so don't be shy. Share yours below. This video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional or registered dietitian for personalized guidance. Now, let's move on to the first movement in this video. The very first moments after you wake up are a precious opportunity to set a positive and healthy tone for your entire day. And there is no better way to do this than with a deliberate and conscious stretch upwards towards the sky. This is not a complicated yoga pose or a demanding flexibility challenge. It is the most natural thing in the world, something you might see a cat or a dog do after a long nap, a full body unwinding that releases the stillness of the night. When you have been lying in bed for hours, your muscles are cool, your spine has settled into a relaxed position, and your circulation can become a little sluggish, so this initial movement acts as a gentle but powerful signal to every part of your body that it is time to rise and shine. Imagine your body as a beautiful plant that has been resting in the shade, and this stretch is like turning it slowly towards the warm sun, allowing every part to unfurl and soak up the energy of the morning. To perform this wonderfully simple act, you do not even need to be fully out of bed. You can begin while still sitting on the edge of your mattress, placing your feet firmly on the floor to create a stable and supportive base for your body. From this seated position, you simply take a deep, slow breath in, and as you do, begin to raise your arms up from your sides, reaching them forward and then overhead, as if you were trying to gently touch the ceiling with the very tips of your fingers. There is no need for force or strain, just a comfortable and easy reaching sensation that allows your shoulders to lift, your ribcage to expand, and your spine to lengthen out of its sleeping curvature. You can even look up slightly towards your hands, allowing your neck to participate in this lovely morning awakening. As you breathe out, you can slowly lower your arms back down to your sides, perhaps feeling a little taller and a little more open than you were just a moment before. The profound beauty of this movement lies in its comprehensive nature, as it addresses so many different parts of your body at once in a very gentle and effective way. The act of reaching upwards works to reverse the rounded forward posture that can come from sleeping on our sides or spending time in chairs, encouraging the vertebrae in your spine to decompress and settle into a more aligned and natural position, which can instantly make you feel lighter and more graceful. It also engages the large muscles of your shoulders and your back, reminding them of their full range of motion and washing away any of the stiffness that accumulated during the night. Furthermore, this big, expansive movement encourages you to take a deeper breath, flooding your system with fresh oxygen and giving your brain and your muscles a clear and vibrant signal that the day has begun. It is a way of oiling the hinges of your body before you start moving through all the activities of your waking hours, ensuring that everything operates smoothly and without complaint. One of the most fundamental and important movements for maintaining our independence and strength as we age is the simple act of sitting down and standing up, a motion we perform countless times throughout the day without ever giving it a second thought. This everyday action is, in fact, a powerful natural exercise that builds the very leg and hip strength we need to live active and self-reliant lives, and by practicing it with a little more mindfulness, we can transform it from a routine task into a cornerstone of our daily fitness. The gentle chair squat is the perfect way to do this, as it uses the safety and support of a familiar piece of furniture to help you build the powerful muscles in your thighs, your hips, and your glutes, which are the true engines behind every step you take, every stair you climb, and every time you rise from a seated position. To begin this movement, you should start by standing in front of a sturdy and stable chair, one that will not slide away from you, with your feet planted about hip-width apart, to create a solid and balanced foundation. It can be very helpful to have the chair positioned against a wall or in a corner for that extra bit of security, especially when you are just starting out with this practice. The key to the entire motion is to focus on moving slowly and with control, rather than simply dropping down into the seat or using a great deal of momentum to push yourself back up. As you prepare to sit, you will initiate the movement by pushing your hips backwards as if you were trying to point towards a chair behind you with your tailbone, while simultaneously bending your knees and lowering your body down towards the seat. Keep your chest up and your back straight, looking forward rather than down at the floor, to maintain a good and healthy spinal alignment throughout the entire range of motion. The most important part of this exercise, and what makes it so uniquely effective for building real-world functional strength, is the moment of the stand. As you rise back up to a full standing position, you should make a conscious effort to do so without using your hands to push off from your knees or from the seat of the chair. Instead, you want to press your feet firmly into the floor, engaging all the muscles of your legs and your buttocks to power your body upwards in a smooth and steady motion. You might need to lean your torso forward just a little bit to help you counterbalance, but the primary driving force should always be coming from your lower body. If you find this too challenging at first, it is perfectly okay to have your hands hovering just above the armrests or the seat, ready to provide a tiny bit of assistance if you truly need it. But the goal is to rely on your leg strength as much as you possibly can. In the grand symphony of movement that keeps our bodies agile and healthy, our ankles and feet are often the unsung heroes, working tirelessly behind the scenes to provide a stable foundation for everything we do. Yet they rarely receive the specific attention and care they truly deserve. The simple act of drawing circles with your feet while seated is an easy and incredibly beneficial practice that addresses two critical aspects of well-being for older adults: maintaining healthy circulation in the lower legs and preserving the flexible mobility of the ankle joints. This is a movement you can do almost anywhere and at any time, whether you're watching television, talking on the phone, or simply taking a quiet moment to rest. And its gentle rhythmic motion offers a host of advantages that contribute directly to your overall comfort and your ability to move with confidence. To perform ankle circles, sit in a comfortable chair that allows your feet to rest flat on the floor without putting pressure on the backs of your thighs. Start by lifting one foot just a few inches off the ground, keeping your leg relaxed but relatively straight. Then, using your ankle as the pivot point, slowly and deliberately trace a large, smooth circle in the air with your toes. Make the circle as wide as you comfortably can, moving through the full natural range of motion of your ankle joint, and feel a gentle stretch and engagement all the way around. Perform several circles in one direction, about 5 to 10, then reverse the motion to trace circles in the opposite direction. This ensures that you're working the joint and the surrounding ligaments and tendons in a balanced, comprehensive way. After finishing with one foot, lower it back to the floor and repeat the sequence with your other foot. The major benefit of this deceptively simple movement is its remarkable ability to promote healthy blood flow in your lower legs and feet. The muscles in your calves act as a secondary pump for your circulatory system, helping push deoxygenated blood from your feet and legs back up toward your heart against the force of gravity. When we sit for long periods, this pump can become sluggish, leading to feelings of heaviness, swelling, or discomfort in the ankles and feet. The active motion of circling your ankles contracts and releases these calf muscles, effectively reactivating them and encouraging vital venous return. The result is lighter, less tired, and more refreshed feet, a natural, proactive way to support circulation without needing to get up and walk around constantly. Balance is one of those things we often take for granted until the moment it begins to falter, and then it can become a source of constant worry and anxiety that limits our activities and diminishes our confidence. The good news is that balance is not a fixed trait, but a skill, much like riding a bicycle, and it can be actively practiced, improved, and maintained at any age with simple and consistent training. Heel-toe walking, which is sometimes called tandem walking, is one of the most direct and effective ways to challenge and enhance your body's balance system in the safety and comfort of your own home. This movement mimics walking on a narrow beam or a tightrope, forcing your brain, your inner ear, and all the small stabilizing muscles in your ankles and legs to work together in harmony to keep you upright and steady. To practice this, you will want to find a clear path in your home, such as a hallway or a long stretch of open floor. And you might want to position yourself near a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture that you can use for light fingertip support if you feel unsteady, especially when you are first starting out. The movement itself is simple to understand, but requires a great deal of concentration and coordination to perform well. You begin by standing at one end of your chosen path, and as you take a step forward, you place the heel of your front foot directly in front of and touching the toes of your back foot so that your feet form a continuous straight line. Then you shift your weight fully onto that front foot and bring your back foot forward, again placing its heel precisely in front of the toes of the stationary foot, continuing this slow and deliberate process for the entire length of your practice area. The reason this particular walking style is so powerful for improving balance is that it dramatically reduces your base of support. When you walk normally, your feet are spaced apart, creating a wide and stable platform. In heel-toe walking, your feet are in a single line, which is a much less stable position and therefore requires your body's balance systems to work much harder to correct for tiny sways and shifts in your weight. This challenges and strengthens the proprioceptors, the tiny sensors in your joints and muscles that tell your brain where your body is in space, and improves the communication between your nervous system and your muscular system. Over time, this practice leads to quicker and more automatic balance reactions in all kinds of situations, whether you are stepping off a curb, walking on a slippery surface, or simply turning around quickly in your kitchen. Some of the best and most functional exercises in the world are those that mimic the real-world tasks we have been performing for thousands of years, and few movements are more fundamental and powerful than the simple act of carrying a load in each hand. This is the essence of the farmer's walk, a deceptively straightforward practice that builds immense practical strength from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. You do not need any fancy weights or equipment to reap the benefits of this full-body conditioner. You can use 2 equally weighted shopping bags after a trip to the grocery store, 2 reusable bags filled with a few cans or bottles of water, or even 2 small suitcases. By integrating this loaded carry into your weekly routine, you are engaging in a holistic workout that strengthens your grip, fortifies your arms and shoulders, stabilizes your core, and builds endurance in your legs, all while you are simply moving from one place to another. To perform the farmer's walk correctly, the first step is to prepare your loads. It is very important that the weight in each hand is roughly equal to maintain a balanced and symmetrical posture as you walk. You do not want one side of your body working significantly harder than the other. Once you have your weights ready, stand between them and bend at your knees and hips, not your waist, to grip the handles firmly. With a straight back and your chest up, engage your leg muscles to stand up fully, lifting the weights so that they are hanging naturally at your sides. Now simply begin to walk forward at a normal, comfortable pace. The key is to maintain good posture throughout the walk. Keep your head up, looking forward, not down at your feet, and resist the urge to lean forward or hunch your shoulders. Your shoulders should be pulled back and down away from your ears, and your abdominal muscles should feel lightly engaged, as if you are bracing your torso to stay upright and stable under the load. The sheer number of muscle groups that are activated during this simple carry is what makes it such an unparalleled exercise for functional fitness. Your hands and forearms are working hard to maintain a secure grip on the handles, which is critically important for everything from opening jars to carrying pots and pans. Your shoulders, upper back and arm muscles are engaged to keep the weights stable at your sides, which helps to combat the rounded shoulder posture that can come from too much sitting. The deep core muscles of your abdomen and lower back are firing continuously to keep your spine erect and to prevent it from twisting or bending under the load, which builds a powerful and resilient midsection that protects you from back injuries. Finally, your legs, hips, and glutes are doing the work of propelling you and your added weight forward, building stamina and power in the largest muscles of your body. Through these simple yet powerful movements, one truth stands out. Lasting vitality and independence come not from complex routines or fancy equipment, but from consistency, mindfulness, and natural movement. From your first morning stretch to your final breath at night, each practice supports balance, strength, and well-being. Our bodies aren't machines to be driven hard. They're lifelong companions to be cared for and moved with intention. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need extra time, just a new perspective. Your morning becomes a time to awaken, your chores a chance to build strength, your quiet moments an opportunity to restore. Fitness becomes not something you do, but how you live. So start small. Choose 2 or 3 movements that resonate and begin today. Be patient and kind with yourself. Over time, these small daily actions will grow into something profound, a body that feels strong, steady, and joyfully alive.